Good morning. This video this morning is about the Agifoy AG001 jump starter. This unit also is being sold under the name PKperekond model number 811. The reason I got this unit is that I have an old style sealed lead acid battery jump starter that I've had for several years, but about every 2 or 3 years I have to replace the battery in it, whether I use it or not. It's very annoying, and in most cases the price of the battery is pretty close to the price of the whole jump starter. So I wanted something that should last, I would expect, if properly maintained, 5 to 10 years. This unit, at the time this video is made, is being sold on Amazon for $68. I expect that price to change because it's half to 1/3 the price of other units that do the same thing. It has made the claim that it can output 2,500 amps and 150 psi and can start everything up to an 8-liter gas engine or a 5-liter diesel engine. It can also air up things like air mattresses and such. It also has a really nifty display on it. The unit won't allow you to test it. You can't just hook this thing up to a old style car or a battery resistive tester, because it won't work unless it senses that there is voltage. So I had to hook it up to a small 12-volt sealed lead acid battery in order to get it to allow me to test it. My testing has showed that it can deliver at least 1,000 amps at 16 volts. You can see here that in this video that when I hit the start button, it jumps up to over 1,000 amps, but it seems to have a limit. When you charge the unit, it comes about, in my case, about 70% charged, and it has a charging port on the side for USB 3, and you can see here that it's pulling about 1.5 amps, and it gives you this little bar that tells you when it's fully charged, although I don't think it shows you when this stops blinking. I think it's still maybe taking a little bit of a charge. The unit also has an output, so you can hook up something to charge with it. It has a little light, which doesn't work if it's on the charger. Okay. And it has 3 modes. It is on, red blink, and red fast blink. If you turn it on, it has several modes. You can set the PSI. It has a mode here. It says car, motorcycle, bicycle, ball, and then it has one for inflating things like air mattresses. And when you're ready to use it, you just hit the on button. And it has a fairly high output level of air. Surprisingly high for such a little unit. It'll also deflate. It has this style of power of jump starter connectors. It comes with this nice carrying case. You can put it in the back of your vehicle and it won't get bashed or something. It comes with all of these attachments for inflating almost anything you can think of, including, basketballs or whatever, footballs. comes with this is the large air volume inflator hose, and this is the hose for inflating a tire. I will tell you that unlike say a Harbor Freight tire inflator, I have a Harbor Freight tire inflator that works really good and is really fast, but if you hook it up before you turn on the pump, it will blow the fuse. The Harbor Freight one requires that you start the inflator and then hook it to the tire. This one allows you to hook it to the tire and then you can get a reading, and it was showing the tire. I hooked it up at 27 psi. I set it to 40 psi and it began inflating, and it was doing about say 1 psi every minute, but could slow down as the pressure increased. I did not fully inflate the tire. I just wanted to make sure it worked. This is the connector for the jump starter. The cables are not particularly far apart, so it would have trouble with some batteries. The wire is 8 AWG, and for long-term power transmission, normally 8 AWG wire, it would only be rated at a maximum of about 73 amps, but for very short-term use, like, you know, the amount of time it takes to start a car, this would be fine. I would be more comfortable if it had a heavier gauge wire, but it will work. You know, as long as you don't try to draw 1,000 amps out of this thing for any great length of time. And most cars don't draw that much. I believe my 5.7 liter 8-cylinder gasoline engine in my truck draws about 270 amps when starting. So I don't think you'll ever see anything that really needs to pull 1,000 amps. When you plug it in, you'll see that it's blinking like this. And what it's doing when it does that is it's actually outputting voltage and testing for voltage. In fact, if you look at this video I've got here, you'll see it doing that. And if you attempt to engage a direct short on it at that time, it will cut out. This will cut out. You have to unplug it, and I think it takes a few seconds, and then you can plug it back in and it'll work again. Yeah, this thing's actually pretty impressive for how small it is. I like that it's got a little carrying handle. I mean, it's got everything you need for a roadside emergency. I don't have much faults with it. I haven't had a chance to actually really use it, but otherwise, yeah, not bad. Talk to you later.